Yo.
Had to double back on that Kaytranada, you get me?
That's the correct vibes we need.
2 weeks in a row.
We got the vibes, but we ain't got the weather yet, so Jesus. You lot that I know you're abroad are enjoying.
Do you know what? Yeah, I came in here and then I instantly forgot about the dire weather outside.
Okay, that's good then.
Yeah, man. There's sunshine in here still.
Okay, fair.
Bright lights.
I'll take it, bro.
See our faces on the board.
Just shiny. Make sure you're not shining a little too much, overexposure, you know. But
SPF and that.
Yeah, but
We saying like what every day?
I tried to. I can't act like I'm on point with the routine, but we're trying. We're making small adjustments, isn't it?
Yeah, we're trying, Lord. We're trying.
Yeah, the ladies they're leading the charge in that department, but we're slowly keeping up.
I mean, it's grey at the moment, so
yeah,
we just have to manage it.
But
like
honestly, this is when you still need to.
Yeah. Of course. Every day, man. Every day.
Just when the sun shines out and that, but we're here, man.
We are indeed.
We vibing. Shout out to the Chrissy Hive.
Chrissy Hive.
She's not here with us today. Work commitments. You know, busy bee in that. You get me?
I mean, you know, moving up in the world and that, climbing these ladders, as they say.
We're just here.
35 bags.
Yeah, our second job.
Hey, man, we got to hold it down in it whenever we need.
Yeah, no, shout out to Chris, man.
You know, so.
Always good vibes when we see her. But how you been though, my guy, man? We this in the space of a couple of weeks back to, we're just doing the duo thing again.
You know, it gets like that sometimes, man. We were out together in the weekend, so, you know.
Rolling back the years again.
Yeah, man.
It's nice, man.
That boss bass.
Yeah, because Chrissy said last week that we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves a bit too much.
Oh, we're having too much fun without her.
This week.
I mean,
I'm here to double down.
Like, what are we supposed to do though? Like, we're supposed to vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like,
women don't like you having fun without them. Don't you know that?
It's true.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true. Shout outs to the women's though, man.
Shout out to the cufflinks and that and the RNA squad. I like to say hashtag off the cuff pod.
Come on.
We are back. A good, honest conversation never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first week, welcome.
Welcome, indeed.
My name is Fols Forever.
And I'm Mr Vans.
And shout out to the Chrissy Hive once again.
Yes, Chrissy Hive.
She ain't with us today, but, you know, with us in spirit.
With us in spirit, man.
Never too far away. Episode, what's this,
442.
Wow. Okay.
Formation and that.
I mean, classic. I don't know if it still works in the modern day, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's a throwback.
It is a throwback thing, but, you know. Sometimes you have to roll back the years, as you said.
Bro, you got to watch the Premier League years back in the day and that. Just see.
Well, Leicester won it that way.
True.
Leicester won it that way, 4-4-2 and that. So
we like a classic, innit?
Yeah, man. As long as like you have that, what did they say, the backbone in the team.
Yeah, the spine, the correct spine.
The spine. From, you know, from the back all the way up to...
Yeah, you need it, man. And also, like, I hope you guys enjoy this week's podcast because from next week, football's back, man.
Yeah, we're in the Euros bag.
I know it's going to be a bumpy ride for us England fans if you're an England fan.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like he announced the team, the squad, the 26-man squad, which raised a few eyebrows.
A few.
But being at the helm, like, you have to take a few risks. I'm not sure it's going to bang or not, but, you know.
I think it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if he's been accused of being, like, overly loyal to players who maybe not in form, haven't shown that they necessarily deserve the shirt in regards to like their club form. I mean, when they played for England, they've not necessarily let England down, but when you look at the quality of the opposition...
Well, this is the thing though. Like, it's a tournament.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like form-based over like a long period, which is what like essentially a lot of the players are being judged for.
Yeah.
But if we know of a player's ability... and their experience, bring them to the tournament.
But I think it's got to be. That's why I'm with you in terms of how he's been moving. But then now he's gone for what people have said before. These people are playing well. Why are they not in the squad? And you got man like Grealish at home, Rashford, certain dons.
That man needed to go. Like as in on the plane.
So
they need to be on that plane.
Who's not there that you think should be there?
Grealish, Rashford.
Okay,
for sure. Don't know why Tony's there.
Striker and a different options up front.
Hasn't played.
But I think in certain sweet spots, like, okay, cool, even like at the left back position, like Luke Shaw, like allegations are Donny needs to be on the same Ozempic package as Busta Rhymes, isn't it? But he's probably at the minute the only semi-fit, naturally left-footed defender in that position. That's why he's going to go. Not that he's there off form.
He's not there off form because like conveniently he's fit again.
Yeah, come on, you know the vibes, bro. You think I'm going to be fit for Ten Hag? Or I'm going to be fit to go to the Euros? What do you think this is?
Conveniently, these man were fit for the FA Cup final, but like they haven't been
man.
fit throughout the. We don't want you, man, in the squad.
I ain't mad at it because that one just is a position. And this makes sense, isn't it? If we had more options and more men that were fit, in form,
Put Gomez there.
Nah, not for me.
Put Gomez there. He's been doing a job in the Premier League.
Yeah,
a lot more than like if we're going off like the form thing.
Yeah,
like he's been doing a solid job there.
But what might outweigh is what Luke Shaw's done in an England shirt.
Possibly.
That's how I'm looking at it. Not that I agree all the way. I'm not fussed either way, really, but I think that's how he kind of looks at it. But listen, if this is a tournament, he's got to win.
Are you fit though?
Oh, what?
Is he fit?
He better be, bro. You ain't played the ages, man. You ain't been fit for United. You blame the United medical staff, yourself, the manager. So
yeah, you can be like fit in terms of like, you know, how you train and stuff, but are you match fit?
Tournament football, isn't it? So
yeah, fair. I don't know, innit? Like obviously there's a lot of men that this is their first like this is their first stint in an England shirt, let alone in a major tournament. So it's like, all right, I don't know, like the media puts a lot of pressure on these players, number one, especially going into a major tournament always, like, and a lot of these men haven't felt that type of pressure before. Yeah. So you either take it on the chin and just like play your football, or like you succumb to that pressure and, you know, it starts to show out on the pitch. I
think the pressure is justified for the first time in a while because we've had a final and 2 semi-finals in the last 3 tournaments. So,
and we do have like a lot of talented players.
I don't think don't get it wrong. English media, we build people up to knock them down. But in terms of pressure, I think it is justified. And I think it would be disappointing. If Southgate doesn't win the tournament,
he's got to go to United.
No, let's not get crazy. Tell the man to go out to Middlesbrough and figure it out, man.
I mean,
go to the passes you're used to, innit?
Well, the thing is that like with the criticism that he's received, he is also the one that has taken England the furthest since.
Context there,
however long it was.
You can't take that away from it. If you want to do the nitpicking thing, look at the quality of position and stuff. You can, you know, there is context there as well in it. So, and we've had other tournaments where we've underachieved. So we have squads like the Scholes, Beckham,
the golden years apparently.
That era, we should have got more out of those teams that we had at the time. So yes, he's done. Look, we got to a final and stuff in it, but that's just typical Britishness where it's like best loser, bro. I want to win, innit?
Yeah, we don't really know how to win. Yeah. That's the thing. Like getting over the line and actually coming home with like that silverware. Because
if we don't, look, we lost to Iceland just in the lead up, and already the media is doing what the media does, and certain players of a certain hue and background,
the black players,
seem to be the face of failure.
The black players,
you know. So I was being cute, but you know,
there's no need to be cute. Like this is not the topic to be cute, bro. What the fuck is going on here? Like
black ice as a headline, using Saka's face, you know. I
didn't even start the game. I watched the first half.
He played 20 odd minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, like I watched the first half and them man weren't on. It was like who is it? Foden playing number 10, Palmer.
Yeah.
And
Walton and them boys.
Yeah. Sorry, Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have taken Grealish over Gordon any day of the week.
Kane missed a sitter.
Kane did miss a sitter. But like obviously Kane, it's gonna sound a bit nuts, but Kane can afford those.
You know, it is. I don't care about these games pre-tournament. Really, obviously, you want to leave on a high and be confident, but like
his position is cemented, so like he can. Do you know what I mean?
But he's had a couple of L's, missed pens, things that don't get highlighted when England lose. He somehow managed to fly under the radar, and a lot.
It's only because what he does domestically, and he's isn't he like England's all-time goal scorer?
But then when you're playing San Marino or something, like you can stat.
It's true.
Like I said,
it's true.
With the Southgate thing, yes, he's probably been our best manager in how many decades, but context, who have we played, innit? Same thing came when we turn up and play these big teams. How did he perform? That's my only worry, innit? So, but yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, not to be cute about it. I think it was very blatant. Like if Saka only plays 20 odd minutes, why is he the face of England losing, and other players that played the full 90, and the whole team didn't play good. Really.
Yeah, the whole team didn't play good. Obviously, like we all saw what happened in the final of Euro 2020.
Yeah, of course.
When I think it was Saka, Rashford, and Sancho missed those penalties, and you know, it kind of like launched like this massive outcry, if you will, because of like the reactions that they were getting, and you know, the blatant racism. Like we know that this is something that has been going on forever on the pitch, like in stadiums and fans that are there like just yelling abuse at these players. But now we're in a social media era where
you can hide behind faceless accounts.
You can hide behind faceless accounts, and you could just like, these man don't even want to post anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because of the continuous abuse, whilst other players, white players in the same team, suffering the same defeat, are just, you know, walking scot-free. They go home, happy families. Like, do you know what I mean? They can post whatever. They don't have to turn off their comments or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it comes to a point where, like, you know, we have to kind of, we have to always call it out when we see it.
No, of course. And I liked Ian Wright said something. Lewis Hamilton had a post as well. I think I even got it. He was, because he's obviously had his own challenges in F1 as well. So he wasn't playing about when he came out and voiced his opinion. If you got it, but let me see if I got it. Oh, there we go. We need to hold the English media accountable for systematically vilifying black players. The constant scapegoating of black players needs to stop. This endemic racial discrimination has no place in football, yet countless news outlets suggest otherwise. Last night, England lost 1-0 to Iceland in a pre-Euros friendly. Bukayo Saka stepped onto the pitch in the second half as a substitute and played a total of 24 minutes. This morning, the dozens of newspapers and reports have used Saka's image as the face of defeat, despite the fact he was not even on the pitch when England conceded. Obviously, I can go into more, but...
Was that the article on Versus?
Yeah, that's article on Versus, yeah.
So shout out Versus, man. They're always on the ball with...
Yeah, they're on the ball, yeah. So, you're right, yeah, we just got to call it out. I mean, if shit happens, it makes some people feel like, you know, they're not overly keen to even if they're support. But when the football's on and the feel-good factor, you know, when we got to the final, the whole mood around, like, when you're in, like, them bars and clubs and pubs, it's nice. I can't cap. I'm a football fan, and I want to see England win. Yeah. But when stuff like this happens, and they do lose, I'm like,
And the thing is that, like, these are like,
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, and we know the quality that these players have.
Yeah.
And you know that going into the tournament, like, a lot of hope is placed at the feet of some of these players, because we know that they can make a difference. But, you know, you're like, as soon as the results don't come out in the way that we'd hope, you shouldn't go straight to that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what they jump to. That shows that's like their true underlying feeling. Those are their feelings. It's like, you're good enough for us when you're winning.
Yeah.
And the minute you lose or something doesn't go our way, that thing that's in me just pops out. Like, your blackness is an issue, because it always is.
What's your stance when people say that players should make more of a radical stance when things like this happen?
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a boycott. I understand why some players may not. Everybody isn't Vinicius Jr. because he said...
We'll get to that in a bit. We'll get to that in a bit.
He put out his statement. I loved it. I'd love to see a lot of players that, not in a rude way, but the players that clearly can play for England and get selected in the first 11. I'd love to see some of those go, you know, I want to play for my Caribbean country, my African country, whatever. I know back home, those federations have their own politics and issues. And I like that those things have come out, because a lot of players get, you know, oh, why is he not playing for Nigeria or Ghana? And when you find out what's going on behind the scenes and corruption, mismanagement, you can understand why some players don't. But yeah, I'd like to see it, but you also understand from a commercial point of view why some people don't, because it can affect things.
From a commercial standpoint, yes, I agree. And I think that a lot of people don't consider the fact that, like, a lot of these players are born and bred here.
Yeah.
It's like, the opportunities that came to them was from here.
Yeah.
They came up in the system here.
Yeah.
And
But they weren't handed anything. They still worked hard. So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not saying I know how those words get twisted. Like,
I'm not saying that they were
grateful for the opportunity. Like,
it's not.
It was
that's not where I'm heading.
Given.
Yeah, it was definitely earned. Do you know what I'm saying? But like this, from the mindset of the player, for me, it's like, all right, cool. I should be able to represent England. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was born here. You know, like this is where, you know, I learnt my trade. This is where. Do you know what I mean? Like so. I have every right to put on a shirt and go out there and represent blah blah blah. Like you know, they're all a part of the system in the same way that these man got scouted is the same way I got scouted. Do you know what I'm saying?
The onus for me shouldn't be on them, but obviously for you to enact change, it has to be radical. But
yeah, of course,
it should be. For my opinion, as much as I'd like to see them boycott, it should be if it ever got to a stage where some of the things you see in like Eastern European countries, sometimes in the Italian stands, where like, you know, bans. Those type of things, like if those things are happening, terraces in the UK, I'd like to see bans. It should be like from the top down, not the bottom up. Obviously, you know, because I don't think you all the way like stamp those things out. Yeah, you just hit people where it hurts. Yeah. So financially, their enjoyment. Okay, you can't come to a stadium, so like, you know, lifetime bans, those type of things. Where obviously this example we're talking about is something in the media, so that's a little bit different. But maybe call out the writers, the editors, you know, and look at their consistency of article writing in and around when England playing. You know, is there a pattern?
It's definitely an institutional problem.
Yeah,
like it's just like, and these are the people that commission these articles. Yeah, who's to say that like there's a writer in these buildings that submit their article to the editor and they're like, nah, this ain't gonna sell it.
No, but look what's going on right now. Where look at the political space, but coming up to a general election, those type of articles, in terms of the themes of what's going on right now, and Nigel Farage is like gaining some real momentum, like he's a real force, and people should not ignore it and think it's just you know, like a fad. Look what's happening in the country. They are feeding a certain like section of society, and they know it's going to work. They don't have to be all the way blatant with it. Yeah, it just has to be like black ice is blatant. That one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But then using Saka, his photo, you know.
Yeah, like on the floor. And I'm thinking, bro, like you man were losing at half time. Yeah. Like none of these man were on.
Unless they can come out and explain why they use his picture. Does his photos sell more newspapers as one of the like leading players? Unless there's another angle I'm not looking at it from. Yeah. Because I'm always open to that.
You happen to pick the person that is the darkest in complexion. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and Saka's been getting stick, or he's always been like, you know, the topic of conversation when it comes to form for club and country. Yeah. It's a 22-year-old man. Like, he's a young man. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, these are some of the things that you can't escape. You open up your phone, you see it. You open up, like, you switch on your telly, you see it. You go like in a shop and you look at the back pages of a newspaper, you would see it. Like, these are things that like it can't be tolerated, man. Like we need to, and a lot of the elder professionals, people like Ian Wright, we can't always look to Ian Wright. Where's the other dons?
No, they will speak up. I did see, I think one of the senior figures from Kick It Out was on TalkSport with Simon Jordan and Jim White. Right. And he was speaking to some of the things Ian Wright was saying. So I have seen other voices. Right. Obviously, with someone like Ian Wright, he's going to get a soundbite. He's a prominent face in media. So
yeah, no,
if he says something, it's going to get more traction. But I'm with you. He is. We need more like ex-pros like that have been through it.
Darren Bent's on TalkSport. Yeah. I don't know if he said anything, so like, you know, like I could be wrong. I'm happy to be corrected, but like you've got a voice on that platform. Say something to them, man. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, say stuff that, you know, these things, we can't just let it slide. We can't put a blind eye to that. Yeah.
It annoys me sometimes though, because sometimes I do want to ignore it because especially when I feel like it's a blatant attempt. Yeah. Because when you do that, you give it what it needs, which is they want clicks, advertising. Like, so it's a little game we're playing with that piece of content because they know what they're doing, in my opinion. So that's why sometimes I do want to ignore it. But when it has like such an adverse effect, you can't. I can understand why people wouldn't ignore it. So I know you said earlier you wanted to obviously touch on the Vinicius Jr thing.
Oh yeah, so Vinicius Jr. there was some convictions.
Yeah.
3 Valencia fans were each sentenced to 8 months in prison for abusing him during a match last year. And these sentences are the first convictions connected to racist abuse in football in Spain. And he put out a statement, which I'll read out in a second. I thought that this statement was so hard. I was like, did Hove write this?
Because you know he's down with the nation.
I know he signed to the Rock Nation Sports Agency. But yeah, Vinicius Jr., he put out a statement shortly after the news came out of the sentencing of these 3 fans. He says, many asked me to ignore it. Many others said that my fight was in vain and that I should just play football. But as I've always said, I'm not a victim of racism. I am a tormentor of racists. The first criminal conviction in the history of Spain is not for me, it's for all black people. May other racists be afraid, ashamed, and hide in the shadows. Otherwise, I'll be here to collect. Thank you to La Liga and Real Madrid for helping with this historic conviction. More to come.
No, I think it's dope, man.
Prayer hands and a black fist emoji, as you should. Because
we've seen him go through a lot of things. We've seen Sami Eto'o historically as well. Like, we've seen a lot of black players in Spain have these issues, and even other players, you know, trying to get them just to like kind of shrug it off, and even players that we rate. Yeah, and you see.
They threw bananas at Dani Alves. He caught it, ate the banana, and blah blah blah. But fuck Dani Alves for real.
Okay, fair.
Fuck him.
Yeah, but yeah, man, get the conviction, man.
Get the conviction, and I'm happy that like he's taken this on his shoulders as a very young man.
Yeah,
coming from Brazil and playing in like Spain, which historically have been a very racist nation, especially when it comes to football. And I'm a tormentor of these racists.
Yes, I'm not a victim.
Yeah, you better hide in the shadows, otherwise I'll be here to collect. Yeah. I love it.
You're right. Still, maybe someone did. Maybe someone did ghostwrite that.
What are you saying, Jay Ghostwrote?
They say Drake's got a ghostwrite. Maybe Vinicius Jr. That's you're allowed to have a ghostwrite because you're not. That's not your first. That's not your day job, innit?
But if I'm winning on the field and off, bro, like let that be a lesson to everyone else.
Yeah,
like you man think that this is light? Nah, go to jail.
Yeah, no, hold it, man. Like, earn it. You want to be racist?
Yeah.
This one might come with it.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, if they're racist before, I don't know if they're going to come out reform, but, you know, there has to be a punishment for your behavior.
And let that be a lesson to other professionals within the same field, because, like, I remember at the time where players would walk out in protest, and some of the other players on the field are trying to
get them to stay on the pitch.
Get them to stay on the pitch. This ain't even about you.
Yeah.
Like, are you with me or nah? As my teammate, are you with me or nah? If you're telling me to get back on the pitch, that means you're agreeing with what's happening right now.
Yeah, you can look at it that way. So
there's only a very few ways to look at it.
Some people have this attitude of just, you know, just like ignore it, get your head down and crack on. But I think that's when you don't see people's experience or their humanity.
Yeah.
You know, so
he said like this conviction isn't for me.
No, it's not.
It's for.
I mean, it is, but
but like, you know,
because it's historic.
The bigger picture is for like black people should be able to come in and do their job just like everyone else.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? And bro, the icing on the cake would be if he wins that Ballon d'Or this year.
Yeah, if he does, then just got to blow them a kiss,
bro. That would be that would be one of the greatest years for an individual in football.
I think he's a front runner still. I don't know. I'm trying to think who.
Bellingham, if he has a good tournament.
Yeah, but they'd be reaching if they do that, man. Like,
no, hell no. He's had a fantastic season.
He's had a great season, but you can argue the crucial moments in the Champions League hasn't really showed up.
Nah,
from like quarterfinal onwards, quarterfinal, semi-final.
It's not built on just those two.
But why I say that, because we're talking about,
because he carried them through.
He carried them through.
And he carried them to the La Liga.
League title. But when it's going to be that close and you've got someone else in your team like Vinicius, I reckon if you're looking at his performance in the tournament, you can also look at the last final stage of the Champions League as well.
The determining factor would be for the both of them, because obviously the Copa America is coming up as well.
Oh yeah, it's coming around the corner.
So if he does well in that, then it will definitely go to him. And he's the flamboyant player. He's flary. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and Jude is only what, 20?
He's out doing Skims adverts.
Yeah. He's having a great year. First season, and you know, he's doing his thing, man. So he's definitely like, you know, one of the favorites. But yeah, Vinny, he's Brazilian, skillful, and you know, he's
black. That's
yeah.
At the end of the day, so you know,
shout out to them, man.
Get your wins where you can get them, man. I like seeing people win. So
get your wins where you can get them.
Speaking of winning, yeah, this young Thug YSL trial. I don't know where people stand, but it's looking, in my opinion, like a shit show. I think this Donny's coming home because even the judge now is even though the lawyer, his lawyer, I don't know if you saw the clip, his lawyer basically called out the prosecution and the judge for having meetings basically behind his back. Yeah. Information he should have been privy to, called the judge out for it, and now he's going to go and spend some time in jail.
Yeah, and it looks like the lawyer's wife is looking to represent him as he's sitting down for a bit. Yeah. But if that can be proven, then trial's done.
Yeah, I think that's grounds for mistrial. Obviously, I say this as, you know, with all my my law expertise.
The thing is about this whole trial, obviously, like, it's been going on for a while. Thug's been incarcerated for a number of years now, and
looking like that old Gucci Mane in jail.
I lost track of the trial. Like, it was happening. I wasn't really keeping tabs on it up until yesterday when this happened.
Fair.
And obviously, we're seeing more and more clips. Some of the clips that I saw is looking like a comedy show.
Bro, you've got people on the stand that have already written statements. Yeah. Confirmed certified snitches on the stand now. For whatever reason, they don't want to engage and
no longer want to engage. Yeah. Maybe because they're seeing like that Donny's release is more likely than they ever thought it would be at the time.
Or maybe they were coerced at the time. Who knows?
Yeah, you know? Maybe.
I've not seen everybody's, you know, because that's the funny thing about America. You get so much like behind the scenes content from actual live criminal cases where you'll see someone's interrogation footage. I think that's mad, personally.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
it's not supposed to be like for.
That's why you can't hide when you snitch on like these high-profile cases. We have you in 4K eating Burger King,
and it also endangers people. Like, say if like, look what happened to Ghana.
Fair, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if it weren't the fact that,
seen that,
if it weren't for the fact that like he's famous and blah blah blah, like then it could have got real peak for him.
Yeah, but when you come out of the fuck you mean, he bounced back.
But that's just like that's down to his temperament.
Yeah,
he knew that he had to change. Like, he wasn't subscribing to certain things anymore. Like, I'm a grown man.
I don't think I don't unless he come up with a statement. I think it's also our mood as public as always. Like,
it's in the music.
Yeah, it's like we just look at things and be like, nah, because culturally we can move. You know, because you grow up how you grow up, but as you evolve and you mature, you look at things a different way. You're like, that's not that mad. And if the music slaps enough, you know, of us, that's our default first. If the music's slapping enough, that's what we necessarily care about.
But what I'm saying is that like people that may come from where he comes from, that's fully ingrained in that type of culture. Yeah. You know, it may be difficult for them to come out and say, well, I'm my own man. Certain things that, you know, I no longer subscribe to. Like, this is I had to change. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's not just like in his appearance. When you see him appearing in that way, that's just, for me, it's an indication that like everything had to change. Yeah. I had to like switch up my vibe. Like, I had to switch up the whole situation. Lock in. There's a lot of producers and artists that probably didn't want to work with him when he came out.
Yeah, so when your back's against the wall, sometimes you get like
go back to the grassroots, people that are just in it, people that are just in it to make the best possible product.
And when you've got less opportunity for collaborations, you have to give us more in it. And I think what also did help as well is we didn't get too much from him in regards to sound bites.
Yeah.
It was, he's out and then the album's coming out. So I think that definitely elevated people wanting to hear what he had to say. And I think that was reflected in the streams and the sales, whatever, innit? But even the whole grown man thing, which I get, on the other side of it, there was bare people that were doing the following thing. I see people that were outright calling the snitch, and then what then became the theme was, I'm just gonna wait to see what Young Thug says. No, make your own mind up, innit? You're showing you have your own mind.
Yeah.
Because even that for me is still a cop out. I'm gonna wait. Because if Young Thug comes out now and says that, Ghana didn't snitch, so he didn't snitch. But in your heart of hearts, you felt he snitched. But now because Thug said he hasn't, you're gonna rock with it. And because he can say whatever he wants. That's someone assigned to him. There may be money to be made off it. You know, there's actual people, I think other relatives, people in his family that have actually really done the mad thing in regards to street codes that people feel that shouldn't be violated. And someone over here just basically said that I wasn't part of the gang.
The thing is that like also with this trial, whenever the camera pans to Young Thug, he's just sitting there like just looking around thinking,
am I still here?
What's going on?
I want to get back to Maria, the scientist.
Yeah.
I think he'll beat it personally, but you can never be too sure of stuff over there.
Yeah, I mean, just from that little piece that we saw with the lawyer going toe to toe with the judge, it was like, oh shit.
No, he's like, his lawyer's got his back.
Yeah, he's like, nah, like I'm not answering this question. They're like, where did you get this information from? Nope.
Yeah, because you're not having this conversation in good faith. Because I'm calling you out for you
Yeah.
for you hiding something from me.
Yep.
Now I should reveal my sources.
Yep.
When you were attempting to basically essentially like blindside me in court. Whether that's bring a witness out that I'm not aware of, present some evidence that we've not been able to cross-check before it gets to the stand, whatever. So yeah, I'm not seeing a lawyer now get taken down and gonna go and spend time in the cell with their client. That's a new thing.
Sitting down for 10 weeks.
Yeah. And probably gonna extend the trial now as well because of it. You know, so
yeah.
Donny's probably spending
looking kind of money. Yeah, it's looking spooky.
If he comes out, he needs to smash it ASAP.
Yeah, Kevin Lyles is like, bruh, we've held you down for this long.
You're in debt to us. We need something.
Yeah, because like he's a premier artist over there, and you know, he dropped an album whilst he was incarcerated. It did well. I think it did better than Gunna's, like sales wise.
It would do, though. He's inside and everyone's support. So
yeah, and like you know, he's like he was the guy.
Yeah,
like Gunna's always been under Thug. So yeah, man, we'll see how it goes. And boy, I don't know what it does for the rest of the community in Atlanta that, like, you know, have said.
People have said though that
this Donny needs to stay in
has gone down
since he's been inside.
He's been inside, and the whole YF and Lucci, their side of things, have had to, like, you know, be inside and sit down. So, you know, if someone's running for like office at the moment, you kind of want that stuff to stay quiet because, you know, low crime rates are good for optics.
The low crime rate, yeah. I mean, we'll see, man.
It's important, isn't it? So, I want to bring it home to the UK a little bit though. Something I found interesting. I don't know if people will though. Obviously, you know where UK black nightlife's always a big talking point. We've got a lot of successful brands at the minute that are doing their things, from your Recess to your DLTs to your Danky Sounds to your R&B and slow jams, old school R&B branch. I'm sure I'm missing loads of other people as well. Benny Boy events. There's loads of names and brands out there that, you know, even though there's a cost of living crisis, we still want to boogie.
Shindigs is a new one. Slow jams with A.
We roll them off, innit? There's loads of options out there for people to go out and enjoy themselves. And Stormzy is now throwing his hat in the ring, his bucket hat.
Yep.
And decided to bring us this house party vibe. You know, like for me, I need the authentic thing.
Right.
But I do get
not in the middle of Soho.
Yeah, house party in the middle of Soho is crazy.
I've been to a house party in Soho.
At a house party? At a traditional house?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
When I got the Addy, I was like, huh? But yeah, lo and behold, it was there.
It's like, okay, this is interesting, you know. It's because of who you are and access to things you may have, you know. We can play around with some more concepts and probably do a bit more with how things look.
Yeah.
But I did see some people having some different opinions on it.
I think there's always gonna be opposing opinions.
Yeah.
And I saw clips of, you know, the fake police officer, blah, 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 coming in and threatening to lock off the party and things like that. And I saw accusation of cosplaying, I think it was. I think that's what the term that was used.
Right.
In regards to, you know, that particular moment. But I didn't read up too much on like what the actual gripe was in regards to this house party.
There's no gripe, man.
People chatting shit. People can't get in.
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't like just labeling people as like, oh, haters, and that's quite redundant and dismissive, innit? But
right.
There are people that when they just make a move, people just have things to say regardless. But that's also the price of doing business, and the price of fame kind of just comes with the territory, 100%. In my opinion. That for me, that one in regards to police things a reach, because you know you can just say maybe it didn't bang and maybe it's cringe, but the cosplaying thing, I don't know how that makes sense, because at house parties we've all been there, whether it's your yard or you booked the apartment, we joked about a couple weeks, it might get locked off.
This ain't his first house party as well. Like, this is someone that is from the ends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is someone that has had run-ins with the police.
Yeah.
Like, even when he was famous, like only 5 years ago, there was this massive article of police breaking into his home in Chelsea, and Maya was in the yard.
Yeah.
So, these are things that happen at house parties, even till this day. There's a reason why a lot of people don't do house parties anymore. Like, I see a lot of tweets up and down, like, oh, you know, someone for a house party, like, oh, we ain't been to a house party in ages, and yada yada yada. Like, you know, neighbors don't want to hear that shit anymore.
Also, the people don't want to contribute, and you know, a lot of people don't have good etiquette. When
everything
it comes
is
to,
expensive. B.
Yeah, but the reason why you want the house party is because you want that low maintenance vibe. So
all we're asking is for you to bring your own bottle.
Yeah, bring your own bottle, and
can't even do that.
Bring your vibes, like
bring
you know,
your vibes. Yes.
I think the only thing would probably give people some legroom is, you know, that thing where people are so clear, but they still want to be able to enjoy in a certain way they used to before they were on and popping, wealthy, successful, and have that gap between their former life and their current life. This is probably an example of it a little bit, where you want to create the vibes, something you can curate that you can still kind of manage who's there, your people, but without it being, because someone like Stormzy, if he's entering like the nightlife space, you can imagine where you can go do the super uptown thing, super duper VIP exclusive, traditional club, table, like old school West End type vibes, innit? Right. But if you've been outside, and I've seen footage of him at like a Danky and all these other events and
DLTs,
that,
and
you probably want to, like after a while, getting invited or being able just to, your face can get you in rooms, you might, I want to do my thing as well.
Yeah.
Even us on a small level, think about the little hot period when it was outside a lot. It wasn't too long after that we said, you know, we're going to man one rave, we throw our own party, because you're enjoying the trappings of whatever your name is comes with, and you're like, oh, okay, I could do my own thing as well.
Yeah, and he's always done like small little or different type of things where he brings people together. He's done like the flying out how many people to like Spain. Stuff, he's done you know, bringing people to Fort Park, held, you know, shut it down, done a party there, you know, like what else?
A lot of artists that we had play dirty parties for a bit. I know that's still going. Yeah, I know Chip has linked up with I think it's the Drink Up, a lot from North London. And done events together. So
the Red Cup dons.
Red Cup, sorry, like the man them are going to do stuff, innit?
Yeah,
you know,
man.
If it makes sense. So,
and if it sort of like kind of aligns with what they're used to. Yeah. And they're seeing, you know, people doing it at a certain level. Let me show love, let me show support, blah, 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 like these kind of things. So, like, I'm not too mad at him doing something like this. Yeah. The only thing for me where I can see where it raises the eyebrow is it being in Soho. But other than that,
brother, gave you, man, to sell her sports arena, man. Manage that, man.
I swear you were there on the weekend.
I was, yeah.
Yeah. What's it saying?
It was alright. I had a little issue with our booking, though. We'll do that. They try to say we didn't book properly, and that I said,
mate, mate.
Man, they were turning out to play ball on a Sunday. You lot trying to embarrass us, but yeah.
But the thing is that like people will propel you, like you said, like the media will build you up just to, you know,
yeah,
put you down. Like he gets a lot of praise for a lot of the
community
stuff that he does. But then, you know, you're gonna have
it's just part and parcel of the game, bro. It's just rich whatever problem, rich person problems. Like, you know, do you want to cry in the Wraith or do you want to cry in the Prius?
Exactly.
So, you know, obviously we don't want to cry, but like, I wouldn't mind swapping shoes.
Was it solely an industry thing as well?
I'm not too sure. People have their assumptions. I saw people on my social media that, no offense to them, they might be industry adjacent, or they have a friend or someone, and obviously I'm sure there's industry people there as well. So I might need to do some more research and see, but like £1 drinks and stuff is never a bad start, you know. So, you know, especially in the cost of living crisis, people want to, you know, let their hair down and that.
Come on,
at that price point, I'm sure you can attract enough of the community.
I mean,
come on, man.
Oh, mate.
Like a cheeky drink of that, if it's cheap, we'll be there, innit? So
yeah, because like I didn't hear about this prior to it happening. I just, you know, went on my phone one day and I just saw a bunch of people in this place and Stormzy in the back somewhere,
bucket hat deep, and I just enjoying himself.
Yep. And Osh, is it his name? Osh?
My year is different to your year.
Yeah, that's his guy. So I think they collaborated together to do this, innit?
It would make, because you utilize people around you, innit?
Yeah,
you know,
like that's your dog, like, you know, they have an idea. Let's
also,
work.
Let's try a thing, innit? You know,
yeah,
hopefully it's successful. People have ventures all the time that you don't hang around for too long, innit? You know,
yeah,
and especially with like summer's coming up, you know, people always want something to do.
Yeah. And if I could build like partnerships with like, you know, I don't know, a drinks company, like let's pattern up the party with this.
Brands are going to want to work with someone like that. So it's kind of just it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of just makes sense. So what else is on the agenda, man? 'Cause I know there's actually that's where you can go to. That's what I really want to do. Not even a clean segue, but Will Smith's back, man. Not that he ever left, but that's the headline.
Yes.
Will Smith is back.
Overperformed at the box office.
This is 18th number one, they said.
18th. And they've surpassed the 100 million budget.
Crazy.
Which I think they weren't like expected to get to that point.
Really?
To over the 100 million mark, I think, in the first weekend, sorry.
Okay. So they're already in profit.
Yeah.
That's good.
So shout outs to Will Martin. Bad Boys 4 is out. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been hearing a lot of positive reviews over what I heard for the third one.
Yeah, because we didn't love the third one.
I didn't love the third one too much. Yeah, I feel like the rollout for this one has been like spectacular, immaculate.
They've done the right thing. I've seen clips of Will Smith coming out of movie theaters and then people realizing he was in there the whole time.
Yeah.
They've gone and sat down with black media as well. Like they've done like not old school things. They've just gone and done media. Like,
yeah, man. Like
gone to the right places.
Is this his first movie since The Slap?
Did Emancipation come out? That was what he got. That's what he got the award for on the night, wasn't it?
King Richard.
Sorry. So Emancipation, I think, came out after.
What's that one?
Isn't that like the slave film? And then we were like, "Rah, his punishment after The Slap was a slave film."
Yeah. You're right.
That was
I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch that one.
You know, we just parked that one off. Innit?
Yeah, for real.
Go and do your.
But I think this is like his big.
Yeah, this is part of your franchise. This is, you know, so
him and Martin back together again. Bad Boys is something like. Well, the first one came out what, 96?
Yeah. So, I'll take your word for it. I can't remember, but yeah, it's early 90s.
Yeah, I think it was around that time. And hey, man, like a lot of people were like, yeah, you see, Will Smith, like, it's not cancelled. And I was like, he was never cancelled. He was never cancelled.
He wasn't, but it was a brazy thing. But you know what it was? I think it's a combination of two things. Who you slap also plays a part, like a big role into this as well.
Right.
Because when the other clips of Chris Rock sitting there with Seinfeld and some of these other
Ricky Gervais
white comedians and them saying the N-word and him seemingly being really comfortable with it. And then the whole backstory of his interactions with Jada and what looks like him trying to get with her for the best part of 20, 30 years. You add that all together and it's like, you can hold a slap, man.
You can hold a slap.
Yeah.
That's like the bare minimum for me.
Yeah. Now, if it was someone else that was maybe beloved and was clean, as clean as, let's say, Will Smith has been for a long time, and someone that's not Will Smith slapped that person. If Will Smith got slapped at the award show by no non-name brand celebrity with bare dirt in their name, it might be more brazy because I could get it. Like when you add the context where they were, the fact that Will Packer, I think, was doing something quite historic that night in regards to production, and there were a lot of like the Black Elite were getting their moment that night, and that
it was his night. It was the night that he won.
You could have stepped all over it, innit?
His long-awaited Oscar.
Precisely. So when you add all that, I can get it because I saw this clip of Stephen A. Smith saying that he needs to come and apologize, and basically come and
Stephen A. Smith, shut your goofy ass up, man.
Yeah.
Like,
stick to pontificating.
Yeah, man. Like, stick to your lane, which is sports, basketball.
But this is the thing, though. With people in regards to media, the cultural conversations are what kind of move the needle. We know Stephen A. Smith for sports analysts. That's what he's been doing for a long time. But if you look over the last few years, you're seeing more, even like a Shannon Sharp, you're seeing, and I'm not mad at it, but
they're blending more
music, entertainment, because those things they're wider scope and wider reach in regards to conversations.
And like a lot of these things like are just all being merged together.
Of course.
Everyone is being involved in things that is not their primary field.
They're major talking points, isn't it? So
yeah, absolutely. Like, and obviously it was a shock to the system because this is like the biggest night in film and it's viewed globally.
Yeah.
And this is like the A-list of the A-list. Will Smith couldn't get on American television and slap Jerry Seinfeld and be okay.
I hear you. I do hear you. I do hear you when you put it like that. But context though, like that's I think why also he was never cancelled. He was always going to be able to get away with it. I don't matter. It doesn't matter who you are.
Black people never cancelled Will Smith.
Well, not even white people. Where you're from.
Yeah.
Everybody can resonate with someone protecting their wife.
Yeah.
Even if that's not necessarily the truth. As long as that's the narrative.
Keep my wife's name
out your
mouth.
I'm protecting my wife.
Yes.
What man wouldn't respect that?
Yeah, even though she's embarrassing me on like the Red Table Talk.
Yeah, but I'm going home.
This is my wife. This is my wife.
Like, even if I agree in the moment, I'm a box you just so I can have peace.
Honor your wife.
Yeah.
Honor thy wife. Exactly. I'm sure it says that in the Bible.
Go on, man. Spiritual. There you go.
Come on, multifaceted in that.
I'm doing this for God. It's important, man. So yeah, I'm happy to see that the film's doing well. I'm gonna go and check it out this week as well. And yeah, I mean, unless there's scope in the film, I think we can end it at number 4. Even without seeing it, I think I can say that.
Yeah, I mean, these men are old.
Martin, I know he came out and said what he said.
How do you feel about like everyone just positioning this as if it's just Will Smith?
What, in regards to the film?
Yeah, like, oh yeah, Will Smith's done it again, and it's like, wait, hold on.
No, I hate, they're
moving like the Neptunes, like they're just forgetting about Chad, talking about Pharrell.
Just Pharrell and his LV bag. In isolation, it's brazy, but everything that's been happening with Will Smith and his family recently, also Martin hasn't necessarily been in the limelight like that. Like, even though he said, I'm in the best shape I've ever been, denied the rumors of a stroke. Just looking at him, in my personal opinion, you might not want to say it out loud, he does look like he's been having some health issues, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
He looks like he's recovering from something.
I would like to be wrong. I'd rather be wrong than right on this. I think he announced he's going to be doing stand-up soon. So like he's not been in our face like that. In regards to stand-up comedy, the last few years, Kevin Hart's always there. Your Dave Chappelle's. It's been other people in it, and he's not been doing loads of films like that as well. Unless I'm wrong, the last film we saw Martin in was Bad Boys 3. Yeah. So every time I see news next to Will, and Will's name is just getting bigger for some of the wrong reasons, but his name is the biggest it's kind of ever been because of the Red Table Talk and coming to social media and trying to be the superstar in the modern day. Like,
I think Will has always been a megastar from his first blockbuster, which was Independence Day. Yeah. Men in Black, like, what else? I Am Legend, like Ali, like all of these films. He was at one point he was the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
He's Mr. Box Office. But it's just landing to my point that like it's not that anyone's dissing or forgetting Martin. It's just that star power is so big and added to all the social conversation we're having recently. Bro, August Alsina was a moment. Like
entanglements.
A lot of things have happened with him and his family over the last few years. So if I'm also Martin, and let's assume he's like maybe a quieter, private family man. Hey, bro, no, it looks mad over there. No, you in fact take the limelight. I'd want to play the back a little bit.
And the thing is that like you need to. I think people need to also look at how they are or how they position themselves as human beings to the public eye.
Yeah,
Will Smith has laid everything on the table. His whole family are famous. His kids. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't know Martin Lawrence's kids.
No, we don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, and Will brings them everywhere on the red carpet. He, and he's incorporated like his rollouts. When he first jumped on Instagram, it was like, oh my gosh, Will Smith, like the production on the videos and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I get it, man. Like Will is the star out of the two, and it's no slight to, they're both stars, but like Will is the mega star.
Everyone's got a role to play, and if everything that looks like everything that's nuts that's happening over there, or looks like it's nuts,
and he looks like he's calm with just playing the back.
Did I get paid? I got paid. Yeah,
I got paid. That's all that matters.
Wonderful. And
you can do all the talking.
And if my suspicions are true, I don't want to deal with all this noise and stuff. I may be recovering and just need to chill out.
Yeah,
I showed up to work. Let me go home and hang out with my family. Yeah, and just play the back and just
literally. That's all that it comes down to.
You know,
do you know what I mean? So,
but yeah, we'll go and check it out, man. We can even do an early bit of what we're watching because obviously we're in this mode of talking about the film.
Yeah,
there's a documentary out right now. It's got the streets a little bit in a frenzy.
Talk to me.
My husband, the crash. What's the name of the
the footballer, the wife, and the crash.
There we go. The footballer, the wife, and the crash. Thankfully, I need the headline because I just messing up right there.
I watched that by accident.
And the crash. Listen. Some of the most gripping TV I've watched all year for all the wrong reasons. First things first, rest in peace to Loyd Sam. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you left a mess behind, my boy.
Loyd Samuel, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, for football fans, like we have been aware of, Loyd Samuel growing up. Of course. He was a Premier League player, Aston Villa, Bolton, all of these clubs. And then hearing of his passing, I was like, oh shit, that's nuts. R.I.P. But we didn't know what Donny was carrying on with. And it goes to show that you can't trust anyone with that name. Lloyd. What?
Is that what you're starting?
Lloyd.
You want a hell of a name, man.
There's no hyphen, there's no dot, like I think his parents tried to remix Lloyd and Floyd.
Hey man,
they thought
let's rock, let's roll with it.
Let's be black, black people. Lloyd.
Yeah, it was hilarious to watch because I'm like, the stories of infidelity and stuff don't surprise me when it comes to athletes, innit? That's not a big surprise, innit? So
the plot twists were just like, it got to a point where I was like, what's going on here?
But with everything that was kind of revealed towards the second half of the documentary, it's nuts, but it isn't actually that nuts because I'll set my scene. So you've got a footballer, they're flying high, young family, everything seems set with them and their lady, career's going well, bang, injury. Now you're not flavor of the month anymore. Mm-hmm. You're not playing, you're going to have to move clubs. That's going to maybe affect like schooling, living situations. Come to find out, money management has been an issue in the household. Someone that's earning tens of thousands of pounds a week, but it's almost moving like they're living paycheck to paycheck,
I'm going to go out on a whim and say that man was making nigger decisions throughout.
Don't do that, bro. People that aren't from that community are susceptible. You got people like Paul Merson having gambling addictions, guys are drinking and that. So a lot of young men.
Paul Merson was making Cockney decisions.
Is that you're gonna call
pints,
it? Pint decisions,
pints, and gambling and throwing darts.
Okay, cool.
That's what man was doing. Okay. Lloyd was just on being extravagant, buying a house beyond his means, And yes, you were flavour of the month for a bit.
Yeah.
But you weren't the star.
If I'm getting paid 20, 30 bags a week, I feel like I'm a star.
Rightly or wrongly.
You're going to feel yourself. And at a young age, I can understand why someone might make some mistakes. Hopefully.
And that's why they say hindsight is a bitch. Because if you look back, you're going to be like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
Why did I do that? And I think that this could be a case where when he got injured, he realized how shrewd football could be. Like, from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
Where you'll just be hung left to dry. And especially if, like, you're replaceable.
Oh, you haven't got that contract. It's not like you sign. You know, like some players, they've signed a 5-year deal, a year and a half in, they get their mad injury.
Yeah.
You're locked in. You're good. Obviously, things can still change and happen, but you're locked in. You've got a back catalogue of 6, 7, 8 years at a club where, you know what, like they're going to stand by you. He didn't necessarily have that. This was still very early within his career and went like, he just started being popping essentially. Like,
and the thing is, back then, like 20, 30 bags a week was a lot back then as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, in terms of football, Premier League football, don't kill me. Like, I'm not on them kind of wages. So,
give me 20, 30 bags now.
Give me that now.
I'm at pod 4 times a week. You're not going to see me regular.
Yeah,
We're talking about everything. It's nothing off the table,
bro. We'll have 6 cameras in it.
Bring your girl to work day for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
So, bare close up so you can see nostril hair, everything. I'm gonna give you like 4K angles.
All right. So we're at the point where he was flying high at Aston Villa. He got injured, out of favour. Moves to Bolton. And then
he starts tailing off from Bolton, and then basically what you get to is there's a major injury. You're now in the house more. Idle, and
more kids start popping out. You start having more kids.
Yeah, so at that point it's 3. I think it's 2 or 3 kids deep with his wife. But now that you're at home more, she's starting to realize you're on the horses. You're gambling. Like, it's becoming. That was the first sign of trouble. You know, he's not at the training ground regular because he's injured. He's at home more, and you're seeing a pattern of his behavior, and it's coming with him not being flavour of the month, not playing, dealing with the injury. Cool. We get to the point now where your football career in England's kind of done, and we're looking at opportunities abroad. You know, this is obviously a different time that we're in now, where like you've got, if you're a half decent pro that's played in the Prem, you can nick and move, and if you've got good links as well, you can nick and move to. There are a lot of options. Back then, there weren't necessarily that many options, so he finds himself in Iran. I think was the first point of call for him internationally, and now you're dealing with being away from home for long periods of time, you know, because of financial issues and maybe like, you know, losing a house. You have to make certain decisions just to keep yourself afloat and figure things out with a wife. You may be playing somewhere that's not your first choice, but because you need a bread, you go there. And that for me was the first sign of trouble for them. Yeah.
And also you had the guy that was helping him.
His agent.
The agent.
Yeah.
Right,
he was pissed. He was vexed.
Who he ended up fucking over.
Yeah, he was vexed.
And when at this point the bombshell hadn't been revealed yet.
Yeah.
Right. Up until where, because he was away from his house in the UK for 5 years. He was away from his family for 5 years, and one day his wife had enough and pulled up to Dubai where he was and was like,
these are your kids as well.
These are your kids as well. And she bucked his mum. And his mum was with this woman.
Yeah.
Who posed as
the mum's friend.
The mum's friend. And also a palm reader.
She was cheating the system still.
So obviously, this is where you realize how gullible people can be, because she also revealed earlier in the doc how he had confessed.
They both confessed though.
Well,
I don't like that gets left out, because men are wicked. They both confess. You're living away from home for the best part of 5 years. You're coming back maybe every 8 weeks, 12 weeks. She admitted to cheating as well, and so did he.
Yeah.
Tag team cheating champions.
Yeah, but his thing was multiple. Even when like he was in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, cool. You've been doing your thing. I done my thing too. But, bruv, what we came to find out after that was that this palm reader and the mum's friend turned out to be his second wife in Iran.
Yeah.
And he had met her 3 months into moving to Iran and playing football over there.
She helped him in the contract out there as well for another club.
All of a sudden, Donny started saying, Alhamdulillah.
Chill out.
That's what he was saying in the clips. Did you not see it?
Yeah, but obviously love, innit? Like, you know, he had to convert, innit?
All of a sudden, Donny, like, you know, just started moving bookie. And at the same time, opening up businesses, like, in different parts of the world.
You got to diversify your portfolio. Football's coming to an end, bro.
Bro, to me, it just seemed like things weren't working out in that aspect as well.
No, but that's to be expected. You've got a face and a name in certain territories, so you might be able to go and get investment for certain projects. So you're looking for the opportunity because
sometimes you have to lock yourself in and go and do the mission,
which is
go back home. The mission was because like you're out of pocket in the UK, you can't find a club. There's an opportunity for you, 4 bags a week in Iran. Go there, stack, bring the money back home.
Yeah.
Job complete.
Yeah.
All of these other things, like sometimes, bro, I know that this may sound harsh, but like some of the decisions that you make, early on, and you're consistent at it, bro, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Like there's no positive outcomes
I hear you, 'cause, you
from
know,
all of your decisions.
As you watch the documentary, there was a time when, you know, he was trying to get in the gold business. Someone brought fake gold to the UK and that caused an issue. So maybe he didn't have the necessary business acumen to thrive in that field, innit? But it doesn't shock me that a player's coming towards the end of their career. Yes, you was meant to go out to Iran to fix this financial issue for you and your family. Use your talent to go and get someone, even though $4,000 a week is probably less than what you'd be hoping for, but it's still a good wage, so you can get yourself out of the hole.
What's the tax situation over there as well?
I'm not in the know fully, but it wouldn't shock me if it was more favourable than being.
Yeah, man. Like bro, you're in debt.
Yeah,
you're in debt.
Yeah. But so, you know, the thing is that some people, when they just sniff an opportunity,
it's true, and sometimes being under the cosh, being under pressure, having like
you got this
your
new
wife.
bro,
You don't need another wife at this point. You don't need another wife.
Yeah.
You don't need another wife right now.
He was in love, innit?
Fair enough. But if I was the main wife with the kids and that, I'm throwing hands to the mum and the sister.
Yeah.
You got to catch hands because you knew about this and like what... You know what's going on back home.
But you don't know what he's saying to them. That's the thing as well. That's why I do kind of cut both some slack where...
They knew, man. They knew.
Because the fact she came to Dubai with the kids, because she even said in the documentary, the first wife, that, you know, like he's meant to be out there working, but I'm seeing a lot of like enjoyment. Like you're in Dubai, it's lifestyle. So you're seeing Lamborghini, you're probably seeing wild animals, you're seeing a lot of like clubbing. So I thought you're out there to secure investments. And so just thinking, I'm taking the brunt of, you know, the child rearing because what our agreement is, you're going out there to secure our future, innit? But it looks like you're doing too much enjoyment. So I'm going to bring the kids all the way to Dubai and say, here's your youths, innit?
Bro, he was brazen with it, man. Do you know how many man that like I know that are going on just a holiday?
Yeah.
Their missus ain't too pleased that they're on this holiday. They're not posting themselves having fun.
Oh no, it's a lot of tactical posts like croissants and fruit in the morning.
Bruv, like just, you know,
a gym snack.
I ain't having no fun.
And a book.
I'm not advertising the fact that I'm having fun, but he was.
You know, you're right, because I think she was suspicious because even when she said she burst into the room in Dubai, she's like, oh, she was happy there's no one in the bed because you know she's probably expecting to see a whole madness when she landed, isn't it? So, we get to the point where we got the palm reading, not knowing that that's actually his second wife.
She's like, "Rah, coming back to think of it, like the way she was talking, it was like, huh?
Yeah, because she knew, because she's, you know, she's pretending to be someone she's not.
Yeah.
So we get them come back to the UK. She says that, you know, they're starting to work on things and get back to being a family. She always credits him as being a good dad, very hands-on. And then the night prior to the crash, they're hanging out, have a few drinks. He's adamant he wants to take the children to school, drops them off, and then after that, the crash happens. And sadly, he loses his life. And that's where, in him passing away, the whole truth comes out about, you know, his whole second life, second wife, and, you know, the whole can of worms it opens after that.
It was a lot deeper than she had first thought.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and bro, he crashed that car on a country lane and the whole thing blew up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But why? But why? It's as a point. Why was that like? That's where the second half documentary is where it obviously heats up and that. But that for me as a point wasn't that crazy. Like that's a very plausible thing to happen. Car's set on fire. No.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why this is like so perplexing for his second wife's side of the things and her viewpoint, and you know.
I think their angle that it wasn't him in the car.
That's what they're going for, because they're going for the conspiracy, like, you know, but it's not him.
I think it was him, but I just think that for the car to instantly blow up like that.
Yeah. What's the foul play here? Is it people that he's in business with in Dubai and these places?
Could be.
Maybe. Because
could be.
His sister wasn't going to rest, you know. She's blaming everybody else.
I think his death madded them. Like,
you lose someone you love that much, you're not.
Yeah, of course. I think that there was a little bit of, there was an element of madness already in their brains, but the death definitely madded them.
Yeah.
Because like they're still maintaining, like, you know, they asked for a DNA sample, like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they later refused. Like, I'm just like, what's going on?
I just think it's just messy across the board, because obviously you've got two people that are on opposing sides of the fence, you know. Their bond is this man, but him leaving the earth now has left this whole mess, innit?
You've left a lot of mess, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're gone now. That's the easy part. Everyone that has to deal with like the mess afterwards, it's a constant reminder. Like,
we might get part 2. Maybe he faked his death.
And you left 2 bags in her account.
Yeah. Yeah, the money management wasn't great over there.
She went to go and, you know, sort out the finances a day after his death. Like, having to deal with the fact that like your husband and the father of your 3 kids has passed away in this way. Having to tell the kids that, like, you know, after you just saw him, dealing with the finances, and then the bank manager's telling you like, oh, how's like the renovations going? And she's like, wait, what?
Donnie's been renovating something else.
He's been renovating something else.
I'm leaving with something.
I'm from around the way.
Yeah, it's funny in parts, but it's actually not funny. Just I'm like, brother, you and what's killing me is the amount of footage left behind of just him booed up with the other babes. I'm like, yeah, he was just moving loose.
Yeah, that was on his burner phone.
She had
access to like emails, like, and
I wonder what they said to her to get as part of the documentary, because she's obviously come out since and, you know, upset at the documentary.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You know, so. Because it doesn't necessarily paint her in the best light as well.
I mean,
because on one, you're gonna, in terms of the war, you're gonna,
babes, this is Netflix.
The doting wife with the 3 kids and essentially the sighting.
This is Netflix.
Yeah,
we need
a villain.
And we need the entertainment.
Yeah,
like,
you may be a villain, but we need one for the story.
He wasn't the biggest footballer in the world, so it's like,
the story's the story's gripping,
up.
not because he's the biggest footballer, just because of like it being salacious and like, okay, is this what you're doing over there? And like the losing the finances, and even just showing that like you can live the high life, being in like a house worth millions of pounds, and then back to renting an apartment somewhere, and she's now like working as a part-time beautician. It also shows like how a lot of players, ex-pros, when they stop playing football, what happens with their life and their lifestyle after. Which is why I was saying earlier, it doesn't shock me that he was trying to find his business opportunities, because you're being used to living a certain high life. you don't want your 30s and 40s to be different from that.
And you also have, like, when you start earning a certain amount, you've got a lot of people in your ear.
Yeah, of course. You got bills as well. You've got a lifestyle that's either like kind of got used to now. Mm-hmm. If you're doing a champagne lifestyle, but it's a Ribena budget,
nightclub in the yard,
yeah, stripper pole, you know, yours is the spot everyone goes to.
Yeah, sorry, man, not on 20, not on 20 a week.
Hey man, give me 20 a week, I'll make it stretch, man. If people are having to, you know, just manage with 20 grand a week, I'll show you what 20 grand a week looks like.
Yeah, and
the right way.
You never know how long you're gonna get that for.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a good watch, you know, as well, because it's only just over an hour. So I like
it. It's a good watch.
They get to it.
I watched that shit by accident. It was just there, like, you know, when like you don't know what to watch and then
it pops up.
Yeah, it pops up, and then the trailer goes on for a bit.
Yeah, like,
I think it was one of those ones. Like
the chatter online got me. I was like, because I'd even forgot, but I remember when I was watching, I was like, I do remember when this happened, and the Villa players were clapping before the game just to remember him his passing. I was like, I didn't even know Donny was out here like this. I said, let me watch this.
Yeah, nice.
This is why I needed Chrissy here this week for this conversation.
Yeah, it's probably changed people's perception of him.
Of course,
for sure.
But I'm not here for you to flog me, bro. I'm on the other side now. Your perception of me means nothing. I'm not here anymore.
It must be a tough watch for his kids, though.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what they're going through, but I think it's the first wife. She's going through it.
Through it,
yeah.
She's going through it because she was going through it when he was alive.
And you don't get a rest after, because that's why, you know, it is as well. It's like, on a more serious note, we've had obviously certain conversations in the podcast in regards to money management and future planning. This is why you do need to put measures in place, so God forbid when you aren't here, you're not necessarily a burden on your family. Mm-hmm. Like, you leaving is almost, yes, we're sad you're gone, but you put things in place to make that transition easier. Like I said, if she's a day or two after him passing away, she's going to the bank to obviously plan the funeral, get things in order, and you're met with only $2,000 in the account from someone that, you know, has seen hundreds of thousands of pounds, maybe millions.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah, because, like, you know, her impression was like, you know, they were getting back on their feet. Yeah, yeah. They were getting back on their feet.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, and it seemed like they were, but over the...
planning holidays, you had to fly away like a week after the crash.
Over the few weeks prior to his passing, that's where he was taking out large amounts.
Yeah.
Like, having to go into the bank and speaking to bank managers and stuff, like, you're obviously taking out, like, you
have to justify that.
Yeah, you're taking like loads of money out. So
maybe he was under pressure for certain business dealings. Maybe he owed some people some money, you know, to your earlier points. Now,
yeah,
he might not be the best person in regards to business acumen. Maybe so. Like, if
he's doing business with Heskey,
chill out, not too much on the mill.
Nah, Heskey's doing all right for himself. He ain't struggling.
Let's say his sister and the second wife's side of things in regards to there maybe in a conspiracy. Maybe there is legs to that, you know, because why was he going in there and, unless it was maybe for the gambling, but why was he going there and withdrawing large sums of money? Did he owe someone money?
Yeah, you know? Maybe.
Was there some foul play here, but not on the first part? Maybe the people that he was in business with, yo.
Yeah.
So, listen, man, if you've got some extra stuff to review, give us part 2, man. We always need something to watch on Netflix. So
yeah, I mean, it was definitely a shock, like, to watch, thinking, like, you know, but just never knew that, like, you know, he had this double life and a bookie wife.
Bro, Bear don't got double lives, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
You'd be shocked when stuff comes out. You'd be like, rah, where did you find the time?
It's true.
Because you're just seeing these people on socials, like, you know, even his friends.
He definitely had the time. He, like, and the other boy, Donny, in the doc, was it his brother?
I think so, yeah.
He knew, man. He knew.
Come on, you've got the widow here, so you got to play.
Yeah, he knew what was going on.
If the mum knew and the sister knew, the broski knew as well, man.
And there's only so much that, like, you know, you can tell someone, like, I don't think you should do this, but man's in a run and you're over there.
And can we also be realistic? Because, like, he's away from home for 5 years.
Yeah.
Not a full 5 years coming home and that, but whilst he was away, she was doing her as well. It's not... Now, I don't say go and get married.
He didn't do the Beckham thing and fly the whole family out.
You think Victoria's letting David be alone? Certain man, you can't leave them alone.
It's true.
Beyonce takes Jay-Z on tour.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
You ain't staying at home by yourself, bro.
It's
so
true.
you know,
and those like are them, like they're him in their field.
Yeah.
So
there's people that can't wait to say I did such and such with such and such's husband. You know,
I was like, damn, J Lloyd.
Yeah, loud J Lloyd, man. Rest in peace, man.
The RIP still.
RIP, man. We can go to our what the fuck of the week this week. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you're like a big streamer watcher, like we know all the young streamers and stuff that are doing anything like your Kaytranada and the AMP lot.
I'll only watch whatever goes viral.
Okay, the little clips and stuff. So I don't know if you saw. Okay, this probably went viral maybe a day or two ago.
Rainey.
Yeah, Rainey Jnr. He plays Tariq on Power Book. He was on a stream with Tyler, I think the guy's name is.
Okay.
He's one of the guys that you might see in Kai's stream. He's got a big following and stuff. And he always has his family in the stream. And this is why it was nuts. He has his family in the stream. Michael Rainey's there. They were just vibing. Tyler's sister comes into the stream and gropes Michael Rainey Jr.
You know what? When I first saw it, I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it as well either.
I didn't catch it, and then I watched it again, and I was like, "Hey, yo!"
But what killed me even more? There's youths in the room as well,
bro.
I was like, "Bro, babes, take a touch, man. Chill out, slow down."
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts.
I think like now it's obviously like he put out a statement.
Yeah.
What was the statement? What did he say in the statement? Let me see if I've got that.
He basically just said in short that he's like just processing stuff, but he isn't like letting it go.
So Michael Rainey Jr. says, at this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. I'm still in shock and I don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. I can't take it lightly because I know I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. The fact is, sexual assault is never okay, regardless of gender or status. We're all human and we should respect each other. Most importantly, we should always respect ourselves. I don't like the angle of like, oh, if the roles were reversed. I think that people should.
But that's come with experience, though, and us like podding and like evolving and stuff, because that's something I'm sure you may have said back in the day, and I know I've definitely said before, like, and I understand why you do that.
I don't think it's just because of the pod. I think it's just growing up. Like just growing.
Fair.
Because obviously, like, I know that a lot of man looked at this and they were waiting for this to happen, not because they're outraged at the situation.
Just be like, oh look,
just to get the look back.
No. That I don't rock with. I feel like if it's wrong, it should be wrong. Yeah. And if anything, if that's the angle you're looking at, it should also show that like it shows men what like consent should and shouldn't look like, you know, and where maybe men have gone wrong before. Like it just shows you're just chilling, an unwanted advance of someone touch you in a sexual manner, and look how uncomfortable you look. So imagine on the other end, if you're going to do that, imagine if this was the other way around. If it's wrong, it should just be wrong across the board. Yeah.
And like historically, like a lot of men will downplay those type of situations. I know that a lot of men has had this happen to them, but they've downplayed it.
I think it's a combination of some people generally don't understand what that is. Yeah. Some men, they don't get a lot of female attention, so just being touched is enough. Yeah. And then for other people, it's just, I think it's just not maybe looking at it as being looked at as like manly to come out and say, you know, I felt uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. You know, because I think obviously in that situation there, he doesn't look like he's under physical threat or you know, things that may come with on the other end if it was roles reversed, where like a man giving unwanted advances and then if a woman reacts a certain way and he reacts a certain way, you know, because even like I'm sure there's a lot of people look at me like, not a big deal.
Yeah, but bro, it's highly inappropriate. Don't touch me there. Yeah. In fact, don't touch me at all.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know you. I've just met you. I've come into your yard and we are on a stream, and that's your introduction. Nah,
you're about to mess this up. You can mess up for your bro because he didn't necessarily react the best when he responded to it, but I can understand why. He just basically was acting like his chat was kind of dragging the issue. Right, but it's his sister. Mm-hmm. Rightly or wrongly, he's going to come to her defense first off, but eventually release a statement. You know, like you do the notes thing and, you know, you clean it all up and that.
For the sake of your brand.
for the sake of your brand. And maybe generally he looked back and be like, no, that's nuts. But because the first response wasn't done right and looks like a misstep, when you do the second one, the reaction will be like, it's because of your brand, innit?
Yeah.
You don't get space to be like, you know what, actually, I was wrong. I can understand in the moment being emotional and be like, you don't want to throw your sister under the bus, innit? Even though it's there in 4K.
Yeah.
You know? So, but yeah, man, that's my what the fuck of the week this week, because I was just like, rah, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to unfold. It is an unfortunate situation, and it's actually crazy when you look at it.
I don't think it'll be in a news cycle that long.
Yeah, probably not. Especially like if no charges are going to be.
I doubt he will. If he does, he's more than entitled to. I wouldn't wrong him, but
yeah,
I doubt it will get pushed further than it is. Just more of a teachable moment.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah. And you know, when it's live in 4K, as they say, it was just. And the thing is that like people would look at it and analyze the video and say like, oh, you know, he was giggling or he was smiling or he was laughing. That could be, you know,
his reaction to being uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a lot of people's reaction. Like, you know, when it's happening in the moment, as in like, this could be in disbelief.
I could be my worst moments. I'm a laugh.
Yeah,
doesn't mean I'm happy.
Yeah,
it's just coping.
And it's like sometimes like it takes a moment to process. Whoa, what just happened here? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Because I don't clip my wing mirror today, but when I see you, my head is hot, bro.
Let it not be like one of those dons that film drivers on Twitter.
Bro, we're all gonna go viral, bro. Don't play, bro. Cash loss.
Oh mate,
my God,
that's
man.
too funny.
But there are spaces for consensual touching. If you want that, you need to go to the Chris Brown meet and greet.
Yes,
it's $1,000 plus.
Nice segue there.
You know, I'm seeing Chris.
He thrives in that space.
Getting piggybacks, giving piggybacks, holding cheeks. You know.
Yeah.
Nice hugs. You know.
Yeah.
Wholesome stand by each other. You know. But some women are going there and getting their money's worth.
This is what they're paying for.
$1,000 plus.
Listen,
man. You better hold son.
I mean, hey man, like there's different types of meets and greets, and
see what you did there.
And there's, if women have the opportunity to get close to someone that they love, they idolize, they fancy or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a bit of harmless fun because like I can't imagine it like them spending time with him for long. Let's take this picture.
Yeah.
Next.
If I'm to let off a little bit of hate and be inspired by yourself, isn't it a bit sad that like you got to spend a rack just to...
Yeah, spend a rack to meet me.
How much do you reckon your meet and greet would be? If we did it off the cuff meet and greet right now, how much do you reckon we could charge?
Not that much. This is a global star. Yeah. Like this is like an R&B singer that many women find attractive as well. Yeah. So
I mean, there's a certain type of woman that's paying for.
And in America, man, they're just overtly sexual over there.
You think so?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So
get a picture moment. It's like, you know,
he's on tour. They're screaming as he's on stage. You mean I've got the opportunity to meet this don?
Yeah. And I don't think artists really want to do that. So that's why they probably put it at that high price point. So
I think some do.
Maybe.
Like I think that he genuinely like appreciates his fans. So, you know, you can either make it fun or you can make it conventional. Let me just sign, take a picture and duck.
He's definitely making it fun for them.
Yeah, it's like, let's take these pictures as if we're together.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's what they're paying for. It's that, like, you know, that moment, like this, the guy, like,
yeah, look at me and Chris.
Yeah. Imagine if that was a baby being interested in that. She telling you she ain't got no bread. But she suddenly found a rack to go and spend on Chris Brown. Your head is hot, man.
I mean, I'm not going to scrutinize her for it. It's her money.
Yeah.
Choose what you do. Choose what you want to do with it.
But I've got to invest in that. I've got to make sensible financial decisions in that.
Step your game up.
Fair.
Step your riz up.
Hey, man. Shout out to Chris Brown, man.
Like, she knows you,
Yeah.
and you know, she's
Brown.
fobbing you off a
Yeah,
little bit,
yeah.
and then there's that realization that comes that you're not Chris Brown.
Yeah, you can't compete in that.
Do you know what I mean? He's on tour at the moment, like, you know, he's working his album. So
I'll be honest as well. The way I kind of like my women set up, I don't know if you know, women get icks. I'll be like,
from the mandem, what is that? A mandem ick?
yeah, man.
Yeah, if you pay $1,000, like if you pay a rack to go and pay for the meet and greet, I'll be side eyeing a little bit. But if you've got it, hey,
it's nice to know you got money for things that you enjoy in it. So
yeah,
I just find that stuff's just hilarious because it's like the photos go viral, everyone looks super happy in there. I'm just like, right,
just face front when I want to pay a rack on something.
Oh, okay, who would you go and do meet and greet for?
It doesn't have to be a meet and greet.
Okay,
it's spending money of what I enjoy.
fair. What right now could you spend £1,000 on
A nice holiday?
Fair. That's 2015.
Bye.
Yeah, out here.
Especially with this weather, I'm gone.
Iraq right now doesn't even stretch that far for holidays.
It's true.
Places that used to be like your traditional £300-400 all inclusive.
Yeah, but
now
like, you know,
the £800-900 holiday.
you can go somewhere in the Mediterranean for a cool, you know what I mean, solo trip.
Yeah.
I know they don't believe the man them when we say we go on a
just going
solo
to
trip,
say-
but the man them can go on a solo trip.
We scrutinize the angles of the pictures, you know. Yeah.
Who took the picture?
Who took the picture? Self-time is a thing.
People are too nosy.
They are, but sometimes they're right though, because some people be cosplaying as people on solo trips when, you know, they're definitely there with a...
What are you saying? Appropriating solo trip culture?
Yeah, man, leave that for the soloist.
Let me be on my own.
No, I'm just saying. This
Don't
is what's
chat
out
to
there.
me.
Yeah, this was out there, innit?
I want to spend a couple days where I'm by myself, just on the beach, basking in, you know, my environment.
Listen, I need one of them, but I don't know if I'm gonna...
That won't fly.
I won't
Does that fly in a relationship?
I won't fly. That won't fly.
Does that fly in
There's
a
no
relationship? Oh yeah, just want, you know, time to myself.
Yeah, go and sit in the living room then. Would you need time for yourself?
That's
in
crazy,
Greece?
man. People should be able to go and do things, you know, by themselves.
Of course. But we know in the real world, you know, it takes some adjusting. You got to move things around and that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because the responsibility is, why do you need to be over there by yourself, away from me? Because I know as a guy, like, there is a school of thought. There's definitely guys that are very on their partner in regards to what they're doing. But I know a lot of men, the minute their lady says she's going out, they're over the moon. And not because they hate their lady. I know you're hearing, I can hear you guys in the back, some of the cufflinks. Not because they hate their women, but purely because...
Go have fun. Take your time out there. Take your time.
Take your time, bro. Take the scenic route, babes.
Yeah.
Like, go for a tour around the city. See the London Eye.
Don't come back too soon.
Go to Chinatown. Get on those little, what's those little, the little...
the cable cart.
The cable cart things. Go and enjoy yourself,
Yeah.
man.
Hop on a line bike.
You know, go to brunch, you know.
Yeah.
See the girls. Go to a burlesque show. Like, be out as long as you want.
But these are usually, and I may not be right in this, but from what I've seen, these are usually like from, and this can either go both ways.
Yeah.
Like if you're someone that has a partner that doesn't really have much friends, so like they're just with you 24/7, it'll get to the point where when you, what, you're going out? What, without me? Great. Take your time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you need your own people, man. You need your own...
Because the last thing that I want is someone to be with someone that don't have friends.
That's not healthy.
Don't make sense to
For
me.
either of you.
Like, why are you always underneath my armpit?
Yeah. You need your own life. You need your own set of people. You need your own interests. You can't make someone your everything, can it?
Yeah.
Even though you put that in the vows and that. No?
Find
Tough
happiness
Yeah.
within yourself first.
Yeah. And, you know, have some... You need some, like, nice platonic, you know, friends and that. They're just...
Yeah, man. Like, it takes you away from that setting. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that, like, you know, you don't love your partner or
No,
whatnot,
no,
but
of
like,
course.
it's healthy.
Look at us getting on a nice, wholesome...
Come on, man. Like,
healthy conversation about relationships and that, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
What did the girl say? It's giving. Is that still fly, or they mean it's a new term?
nah, it's giving still slaps.
Okay.
I use it sometimes.
Bro, you got added to your...
Hey, man, let me fling it in my vocab.
Bro, I told you, every now and then, every other Thursday, I'm a cufflink, innit? So...
Yeah,
man, it's
true.
necessary, innit? So
it's true.
You started this episode playing some Kaytranada. Long anticipated. You've been quite excited for the album.
Yes.
We've referenced it a few times. Have you listened in full?
Yeah, several times. Okay. All week. Timeless. The album's out. Obviously, we spoke about it last week.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, he did not disappoint. 17 songs. Well, actually, it's like a double disc.
It's a double disc, yeah. It's a long project.
So, 4 tracks on disc 2, 17 on disc 1, a plethora of collaborators on here. I think that Kaytranada is amazing at working with people that only, you know, that have like a niche market or a niche audience.
Yeah.
And that's not to discredit these amazing artists. Like someone like Duran Bernard.
Really good voice.
You can go out and ask people about him and not everyone's gonna know who he is. But then certain people will. You know, he had a show
of him singing BBL Drizzy, you know who he is.
Yeah, and he had a few shows here a few months back.
Okay.
At Jazz Caf. Which a lot of people, well, a few of my friends that went said it was amazing. He's got Lou Phelps, which is, people may not know, it's his brother. So he's always going to put him on. Yeah. And he sounds amazing, man, like on these songs. He made his bro sound like Hove. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like... he's got Don Toliver, which what I played at the start.
Yeah.
Feel Away. Don Toliver's got something dropping this week as well.
Okay.
I like Don Toliver. He's cold. He's very cold. Charlotte Day Wilson, Raven Lene. Who else?
Track list again.
Dawn Rashad.
I like that song with Dawn Rashad.
Dawn is cold, man. I feel like she's super multifaceted in the type of output.
It's actually really her lane because we were kind of getting these vibes from Diddy Dirty Money at the time and like.
Well, obviously, her introduction was via Danity Kane, which was like,
of course, yeah,
you know, the more on the traditional sounds
pop
that we
R&B,
know, pop R&B kind of like girl band,
but like that kind of more dance leaning.
But once she branched out with the whole Dirty Money thing, and even when they done the Hello Good Morning remix with Skepta,
yeah,
they sounded cold on a grand beat.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like so. Yeah, that was a good one. Tinashe, Kaytranada and Tinashe, they always slap when they combine together, when they collaborate. Due to Me, Anderson .Paak and Sir, so cold. So cold. Witchy with Childish Gambino, also cold. Like, this is an enjoyable album. It just hasn't connected with our weather yet.
I said that like anyone that's on holiday right now whilst this album dropped, anyone that's like in Malta recently, you're in the sun. If you're in the middle of proceedings, I know you're partying in that, but if you're someone that likes music, put that on. I'm sure you had a good time.
Isn't he on the lineup for DLT?
Well,
yeah. Them lot are gonna perfect time, and I can't wait to see him at All Points East later this summer.
Fingers crossed, weather's good that day. We deserve. But us Brits, listen.
Hey, man, we'll chop either way.
Put your rain Mac on, get your hunters out. Let's get back to old school festival fashion.
Yes.
Leave the B-22s at home. Yeah? Can we get back to the essence, please?
Yeah. But no, Kaytranada, he's working. I think he's got something coming out later with Victoria Monet.
You said,
But yeah, man, like this is going to be on heavy rotation.
I think this style of music, because of there's so many features and collaborations on it, it doesn't even need to do like like some albums you need like to tell a story and kind of guide you through it. You just put this on and just enjoy the music.
It's a vibe thing.
Full out. And even with it being, I said it's long, it's just over an hour, but with that many tracks, if there are like your standards, you can create your own little playlist. It's kind of set up that way in regards to how the songs are sequenced as well. So It's just feel good music, man.
Feel good music, man. Like he's a musician, so he knows how to get the best out of the singers that he enlists to jump on his projects.
I'd love to know what songs didn't make it, what collaborations didn't make it, because I was like, right, this is...
Yeah, there's probably like a lot of songs that were recorded, and you know
that might make the
with everything though.
Yeah.
With everything though, you have to kind of like refine the music that you make when you want to bring out a project, because you know.
If I rate myself and you got 17, 18 songs, don't in your refinement leave me out.
Some ain't gonna make the cut.
Yeah,
sorry,
bro. If you have 18 songs out,
and it's not to say that it will never see the light of day.
Of course, yeah.
Just park it off, and it may
not
hit
make
someone
sense
else
for this project in regards to the sound and what they were doing. So,
or the artist might be like the person that's coming to sing on it or rap on it might be like, can I take this for my own thing?
That's true. Because if the music is that good, I may want this as a moment for myself.
Yeah, let me take
as
this
a standalone from the album.
And if you've got that mutual agreement where it's not necessarily like, he may not see it as like, you know, the one that's gonna do it, but that artist will. So let me take it and see how it goes. But like, it's music, and how artists collaborate, they record all the time, and you know, there's some bangers that have remained unreleased.
That will never see the light of day.
That will never see the light of day, man. That's just the sad thing about it. But like, if you go through like any artist's hard drive, you're gonna find gems.
Yeah.
But because music is subjective, you just, you know, what your cup of tea might be might not be like, you know, at the hands of those who have the power to push the button.
Big facts.
So, but yeah, man, I'm enjoying this thoroughly, and I look forward to vibing to it throughout the remainder of the year.
And like I said before, man, hopefully we get that good weather so we can really enjoy it. But I'm going to bring it back to my home country. We've got an album from Tems.
Yes.
That dropped across the weekend as well. Born in the Wild.
Born in the Wild.
Very R&B heavy.
Yeah.
Similar to Ira Star as well. You know, obviously, we'll always have the conversation about genre. You get introduced how you get introduced. You find your way in. But, you know, whatever your passion was or what you truly wanted to do, when it's now time for your album, that's when we get the full representation of the artist. And I feel like there was enough of an attempt on this to showcase she wants to and can do R&B as well. Or there are some like leanings. Because, you know, like the genre bending thing can help. It can hurt at times.
Yep.
But I think on this album, it did more help than hurt. Because I know we've had some, there's this like loud minority, which is getting louder and might start, you know, becoming a bit more of a minority, and, you know, numbers start growing of like her not having the strongest voice, innit? I do feel like everyone that has that opinion, there may be some points on the album where, you know, it supports their theory, innit? Because I'm listening, I'm like, is this a tone issue? Is this like what is this? At times I'm listening to the album, I'm like, I like certain songs. I'll start with what I like. I like Ready. I think that's beautiful. I like the song by Shaka. Like, You're Not Gonna Miss, you know. I don't love Me JJ, because I feel like I'm being engineered and like, you know, programmed to love it.
Right.
Without my time to hear it. But I understand it and why it works. What is so there's that middle bit just after the song of Ashake and Ready.
Gangsta, Unfortunate, Boy or
Gangsta, Unfortunate, yeah. So that bit from Get It Right, Ready, Gangsta, Unfortunate, and Boy Oh Boy, that's probably my favourite bit of the album.
Right.
I don't love the song of J. Cole. I just think it's cool.
Yeah,
but
I think it goes in.
You get a J. Cole feature, and I love the fact as well that the album doesn't have a lot of features.
Yes,
they tried to let her stand alone, because we've got 18 songs and you want to showcase your talent and who you are and your story. But I think on a whole, I think it's a decent album. Like, yeah, I've listened to a good few times.
I think it's a good debut. I've only listened to it once. And I think in moments on the album, like, they've or she's like maybe deliberately like softened her voice a bit, or just like made it a little bit lighter than what I'm used to hearing from her.
Yeah. What's the song where she's doing an American accent? I think it's towards the back end of the album. There's one song I was thrown off. I was like, what's this?
Yeah, I'm not sure. To be honest, I only got to where I got to was Free Fall. So there's still like, you know, a few songs.
Oh, you still got Bear to listen to then?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard Me and You, Hold On. So
I think it might be T-Unit when she's using that American accent, but yeah.
There's only like what 3 songs like that's left that I haven't heard.
Like, I can hear the listeners back going, if you want to give us an album review, you need to listen to our album.
It's true. But yeah, like I'm not too mad with what I've heard so far. Like I think that they went in the right direction for her debut, and you know, her being embraced by the American audience. So you know, that's something that was also in mind, I can imagine, when making this album.
It's going to play a part. She reached like high levels of success without even having an album. That's so early into her career. A couple EPs, like super early. You're already like
Essence
and the most popping artists out here. And
you know, you end up getting a Grammy for Wait For You with Future and Drake. So and that being a #1 on the Billboard 100. So people are already gonna start thinking, all right, we heard her in Essence, and then we heard Wait For You, and you know, the acoustic version of Wait For You, when it's just her, bro. Like it did a lot. It made people stand up and, you know, pay attention to who she is.
Yeah.
And she's a very attractive woman as well.
Yeah.
Which helps.
I mean, some people feel like Pretty Privilege is helping her a lot.
So be it. Why not?
You got to work
Why not?
Those are the cards that have been dealt. You got to work them, innit?
I'm not too mad at her vocals, but like, you know, in some of the critique that she gets, I do understand. But like, for me personally, like it's not too you know.
Yeah, not horrible.
Yeah,
I feel like when you listen to the album,
it's not horrible at all.
It's not that. I think it's probably showcased more when she's performing live.
I do need to listen to that Tiny Desk. Some people may advise me against it, but
listen to it and you can form your own opinion.
Yeah, let me listen to that Tiny Desk.
And then you can come back to us and be like, okay, you know, this is how I truly feel about some of the vocals. But obviously Love Me JJ is the single, but I would love if people listen to this album and like Ready grips them, or Get It Right grips them, or even Unfortunate, because like I said earlier, that portion of the album is probably my favourite part of the album.
Right.
I do love the, you know, like she's, you know, there's a beauty in getting straight to the point. Mm-hmm. So when she's talking about, it's obviously a lot of love and relationship on the album, she's talking about, I just want to strangle a man. Like there's certain, there's lyrics and there's sound bites on this where like, it's going to get the girls on your side, innit?
Strangle me, Tems.
Hey, man. Different pod, man. Off the cuff, after dark. Different pod, man. But I hear you. I'll let you land, innit? Yeah, I understand why you feel that way, innit? But yeah, the writing is very straight to the point.
Right.
And there is a beauty in simplicity, you know?
100%. Like, you know, if you can convey your message, and how you're singing it as well, like, and I think that's how Wait For You was like massively successful.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so yeah, man, I feel like Tems will be here for a while.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Like, you know, you've got RCA, you've got Since 93 over here as well. So
yeah,
I think she's in the right space. Of course, when you have, like I said, those such big songs, people probably expect that from you all the time. Mm-hmm. But I do feel like she's in a good space for her, where you get a bit of grace, and now we want to see what you do project-wise. And then, you know, we'll try and gear up again before the end of the year, early next year, to get another big song.
100%.
Because I don't think people are, you know, running away from doing features with her. There's probably still a long list of people that want to collaborate with Tems. So, yeah, man, I'm sure the sessions were healthy. And it's probably, like you said earlier, in regards to like Kaytranada, there's probably a lot of music that, you know, maybe didn't make the album that can make the next project, the EP or the singles that we might, you know. Obviously, we've got to work the songs on the album. Yeah. That's the goal. Obviously, we've got she's going to be on tour this summer as well. Is it this summer? She's got dates. She's over here as well. Am I bugging? Did Tems not release her dates? Or did she release her dates for... I'm sure Tems is going on tour. This is where I need Vans and...
I don't know. I saw Ashake release tour dates.
Okay. Everybody wants our money, boy.
Yeah, he's going on another world tour, but I think he's on a festival run. I think that's what it is.
Tems is in London this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shouts to Tems, man.
I'm sure I saw like...
What's she doing? What
Eventim Apollo.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventim Apollo's her level at the minute, I'd say.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of stuff happening as well with artists, so, you know, I don't know if I'll send it to you. I'm sure I saw this thread of all the different shows and concerts for that summer 2024.
Yeah, Doja's in town this week.
Okay.
She done Park Life over the weekend.
Yeah.
And she's about to do the O2.
Crazy.
I think she's got several dates there. But she's huge. She's a huge, big star. So,
yeah.
Who else?
I'm still on Ambush Defense League. We haven't got any tour dates yet, but that GRM radio.
I saw that. I saw that.
Give the boys credit, man.
I saw like 5 minutes of it, but
now watch the whole thing. He even brings out the Buzzworld lot. He's got a song with Frank Equa. I think on the promo guy will be.
He ended with Jumpy, right?
Yeah, he performed with Tommy Shelby already. Like it's solid, man. I know some people. Cause I saw some people say the same thing with Suspect, that they felt like some people were getting those GRM radios a bit early.
Yeah.
Because I think how it was presented, maybe rightly or wrongly, or how we received it was more for the legacy guys, innit? The guys with a catalogue and just to kind of strip back their songs and perform it live with a band. So of course we got like Blade and Margs did one. So it was looking like that, but I like Suspects one. I really loved Ambush's one. I did enjoy Rough Squad's one.
So when I first saw GRM radio, I think Blade did the first one. I thought it was more with someone with a little bit more of a legacy.
Yeah.
I thought that's what the angle that they were going with. But GRM also serves a specific audience, and I feel like they're doing that well with the type of people, the type of artists that they're getting on there.
Yeah. And it's also content because the site
is celebrating these man's catalogue, where like they may not always be in the forefront of platforms.
Yeah.
So it aligns with the brand, if we're being honest.
And some of these acts helped grow the original iteration of like GRM Daily, the website.
Yeah.
You know?
So
before we got to where we got to Ngala and all these extra things and Thoughts in the Cully and that, like where we are now.
Yeah.
Those people that were doing your crep checks and all these things, like when the website was like, you know, we was going home to really go and like we're clicking on the website daily just to see these different videos and these different pieces of content.
Yeah.
So I think it's good, man. Like, but yeah, I enjoyed Ambush's one. Manelia released a single.
Yes.
As well. My Man.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw the snippet of the video where she had the all gold grills. Can I just say that I'm not
well, you're not a fan of women with grills? This is hate.
I'm a fan of women with grills, not those ones.
Why?
Because I don't know, man. For me, those type of grills, it just makes me feel like your breath stinks.
Okay. Oral hygiene is an important thing. So,
but you know, that's just me.
You're a crazy guy, you know. I wanted to give this girl her big ups and that for
that's
the music.
That's just
and that,
me.
So.
But no, shout, like she's like, you know, definitely one to watch. If you're not familiar with her,
yeah,
I think that, you know, that's someone that we should tap into, because I think that she's great at what she does, and she's building.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, man. Speaking of like other people that are building, we've got a friend of the show that's managing an artist, and you know they're building a little something. That's Pink Lemonade, straight reload. Shout out to Alex, man. Shout out to Alex Bass, Mr. Reload, as you know him.
Yeah, he's really working that one. And that whole
LeoStayTrill
fling my shoulder. I see that all over the TikTok. That's a soundbite all over the TikTok.
Team full of ballers, Guardiola.
You need your sound bites, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's on TikTok running.
To reel people in, man. So yeah, I hope that one works, and you know, they get a moment out
and
of it,
it's
so.
funny because like the artist is actually one of Little Bro's friends. So
oh yeah,
man.
Okay, so it's all in house then.
Yeah, man.
You might have to pattern up then if that's the case, man.
Shouts to the man, them.
LeoStayTrill, shouts out Mr. Alex Bass, aka Mr. Reloaded.
Yes.
Roddy Ricch is back as well.
I'm excited to hear what Roddy is cooking up because some of the features that he's been on recently.
Officially, we've as a community have come and said we're giving you a chance. Yeah, the man that made the box cannot fall off, is what everyone's saying outside. So yeah, I want to see him get back in his space, man. Like, let's make it work. You know, because it happened similarly with like a Bryson Tiller. You know, you have this big introduction, and the next project after doesn't necessarily land like that. But you're not rubbed out. You're not making rubbish music, but for whatever reason, it's just not connecting.
Yeah.
Let's get back in there and figure it out. Like, it's not done.
Yeah.
The show must go on. There's still something in there. So
Young T and Bugsy are dropping something.
Project song.
I think they dropped a single this week.
Okay.
So shouts to them. Like, you know, that's someone that we championed with their last project as well. Like, and some of the stuff that they've been doing before, like they make really good music. And I think that they should be spoken about a lot more.
Definitely.
So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to hearing what they've been cooking up, as you know, when they disappeared and stuff, when they were locking back in, I guess, figuring things
Don't
out.
Rush was a moment, you know. So
yeah, and I think like they were probably like, you know, figuring out like their paperwork.
No, they came out and said the artists will always tell us when they're disgruntled or when they're not happy. So
yeah, especially that when you see like a song of theirs like being so huge, and they're not seeing it, like, you know, they're not seeing a return. So
lockdown, man.
There's another project that I've been listening to this week. An artist / producer called Esther.
Okay.
Dropped a project called Francis. Really good. Really,
UK,
really
US.
Good. US.
Right.
US.
And how are we spelling the Esther?
Just like, you know, if you were to go to America, Esther, ESTA.
ESTA, okay, cool.
Yeah, like there's a couple of like, you know, some R&B favorites on here. Tone Stiff, Kenyon Dixon, Leon Thomas, Ombre, Aaron Ray, Fabo. Like there's
me, I like a Fabo, Kenyan Dixon.
Yeah, 10 songs is cold, man. Like, it's a really good listen. So Esther and the project is called Francis. Check that out.
Yeah.
And you will not be disappointed. I want to shout out to Central C for achieving his first top 20 single on the Billboard 100 with
it's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, massive accomplishment. Band for band.
We can go M for M.
Lil Baby. Not my cup of tea. Like, that's not my type of single, but
it works, man. I understand it.
It's working.
Business, isn't it?
Yeah, it's working, and it keeps on shifting. Keeps on shifting going up the charts as well. So
he's the front runner internationally, man. I don't think you can really debate it.
Well,
yeah. So
before
we do get out of it, I want to do some listener feedback.
Yes.
So this is shouts out to all the people that listen on Spotify and leave their comments. Shouts out to the RNA community, the Cufflinks, the Chrissy Hive. This is from our episode last week called Love the Lie. Axe321 says, that orange lunatic needs to be nowhere near the White House ever again. But I do admit he has given us great content. That stop the count tweet has to be one of the funniest moments in politics ever. Life of Bodge says Foles was mocking it, making Vans tell the VR corn story again. He's told it like 3 times on the pod.
Foles always does this.
Now new listeners know he's a deviant. Sorry to that man. Just that people know Vans is out here watching corn on the virtual reality goggles. Shout out to my boy. Tina says pneumatic drill is crazy. This is my fave part of the pod. Need off the cuff after hours. You lot are unserious. I love it. Ray 909, John Cena in jorts if I shout. LOL. This jeans agenda is too funny. Sorry, Chrissy. And 4T says John Crisco greater than John Cena.
That is crazy.
John Crisco.
John Crisco is mad. You'll pay for your crimes, Foles. This is all you.
Yeah, listen, you guys have to start running agendas back, man. You can't let me just I'm just out here having my way.
Yeah,
word to Drake and Amigos, having my way, man.
You're just out here like living shit like, scot free.
What are you saying? You got something on me? You're gonna bring on some charges?
No.
Okay, I feel something coming. So, Chrissy, we await your return.
They're saying, "Watch your back."
Yeah, please. I don't want any trouble. Shouts out to all the young ladies and young men out there in DLT Motor. Everyone stay safe.
Yeah.
Please behave.
Yeah.
If you're aware of any weirdos, do the necessary.
We
shouldn't even have to have this conversation, but I don't want to get too deep into all that other stuff. But I want everyone to go out and have a good time and return.
A few of my
back
mates
in
are
one
going to
piece.
be going this week, so shout outs to them, man.
I saw my people enjoying, man. Like, I was there last year, so this year is nice just to watch people enjoying it. So I was like, yeah, man. I remember Mere Beach. Go on, enjoy yourself.
Man, hey.
Wiggle your toes in the sand, man. Come on, man.
Wiggle your toes in the sand, man. Special shout outs though. I want to wish my little brother happy 21st today.
Come on.
21 today. Can't believe it. Making me feel old, man. But shout outs to him.
Where's the time gone,
He should be in Malta.
Hey, listen, this is your time to shine, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lot go and infiltrate and keep us oldies out. This is you lot's time to shine, man.
But yeah, man, big him up, man. Yeah, the young general still.
Much love and respect to him, man. Tell your brother to get you wherever you want, man. He's got it, man. Don't let him lie to you. If you're listening, wherever you're listening at now, put that birthday request in right now.
Times are hard, man.
No. Don't try it, bro. Run it. We need them B22s, man.
Hey.
Well, listen, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
You guys know what to do. Use the hashtag, which is #OffTheCuffPod.
Yeah.
Get involved in the conversation. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Leave a review on whatever platform you listen on, whether that's Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, Amazon, Google, obviously YouTube as well. This should be out on the weekend, so
yeah, leave some comments on the YouTube as well, man.
Listen, interact on there. We love and appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.